Hello traders, good evening and welcome to another episode of Trading Digest. Happy to have you here, happy to see you here. You are most welcome to join me on this live session. Once again, good evening and then welcome again. I hope by the time we go through this session, you'll find value and then set up for the week. Okay, so excited to see you here again. Let's get right in. Okay, let's start from gold, one of the pairs we analyzed last week. So from here, this is the weekly time frame. As we can see, price is on the upside, it's going the upside. We're looking to locate the areas of interest and then set our traps to wait for price to come to those areas, and that is where we'll be interested in taking any trade as the days goes by. Okay, so we have here on the charts SAU USD. This is the daily time frame, yeah. So let's crack down. Okay, before then, let's just quickly review what we did last week before we come back to do the top-down analysis. Okay, before I go on, if you can hear me loud and clear, please just put it in the chat and let me know how the sound quality is. If everything is okay on your end. If the sound quality is okay on your end, let me know, please. Okay, so let me continue from here on. So last week we had a look at gold, and then we identified this area of interest where we're expecting gold to tap into these areas before we take the buy. So this is the result. Gold tapped into our area of interest as we marked out last week Sunday, and then went to our targets, our take profit area. So from this point on, gold went up to so this finally happened on Thursday as it hits the profit targets on gold. So from there on, it pushed further up. So from there on, let me take this out as this is completed. So after gold tapped into our target zone, our profit target zone, it came back as we had this demand area here into the imbalance and then pushed up. So after this trade we had before, if you were watching the market, you probably would have marked this area of interest and be waiting for price in this area. So as price tapped into this area, it was another opportunity for us to get in. So it came to fill this where it wants to go. But currently we have gold at this high. This is on the hourly chart. We have gold at this high. So if we look at what we expect this coming week, we have, let's go on the daily so that we can analyze it from there. So we have this previous high here, previous high created, and the price came to tap in, then came back to this level, and then price has made its way back again to retest this place, this same area again. So let's put this equal high area. So as we can see, this should be more or less supply or resistance area. Okay, so this area happens to be, let's put it as, okay, so price has been reacting from this area where it's made its all-time high to this and then came back down. So price has been tapping this, it's come back to tap into this area here. So we have a chance of it being returned, but we will watch and see what happens. So this is an area of interest that we have to be aware of. Area of interest that we have to be aware of. So let's go down to the 4 hour. The 4 hour. So let's take this off, clear the chart a little bit. Okay, so in the 4 hour time frame we have price tapping into this area of resistance where it tapped in before. So we have to just keep an eye on this. We have to keep an eye on this and see what happens from here. If we get a sell event, if you are given a sell event from this area, we have to take advantage of. Let's go to 2 hours and let's see if we can. So on the 2 hours we have this area that's got break-up structure here. So we have this break-up structure, and then we have this demand area created. Sorry guys, just a moment. Okay, so we have this area of demand, and then we can also identify this whole area to be an area of imbalance. An area of imbalance that we can see that price been happening here from this point on before pushing up, but it's not fully cleared. So this coming week we have these pending areas. We have these pending areas below here. Let's mark this. So we have this pending area of demand, and and then another pending area where there's also liquidity resting here. All these are areas of liquidity that price can come and then more or less fill it up. So from where we are now, if there's a high probability that price will come back to tap into this and then further push up, but all we have to do is to watch and play what we can see on the charts, watch and then take advantage of what we can see on the chart. So over here, if we have a sell event, as it's already in the resistance area where price has reacted from there in the past, so if we have any sell events here where we can take advantage of, these are the target zone. We anticipate price coming back to fill this imbalance area and then tapping into this area of demand. There's also these pending areas below here, so we'll have to keep an eye on this, and if price pushed back to this low, all we have to do is have a look at it and see if it wants to turn around and continue to the upside or further go down to these areas, to clear these liquidity areas or these pending areas that we identified in the past. So these are pending areas that we can expect price to sell off from there. So this coming week we at least anticipate a sell-off from this area to this zone. So this is the immediate one that we can expect, but as it is now, we can only sell once we get a sell setup. We know we are in the resistance area where we can get the sell setup, but all we have to do is to watch and see how the market plays out, and not entering blindly, not entering the trade blindly. So as I said, these are areas of pending. These areas are pending to be cleared. So this on the 1 hour, let's see. So these are all pending areas that we anticipate price to come back for. So already here on the 1 hour, we can see a pin bar created here, some form of rejection already happening here. So all we have to do is to wait and see what price gives us, and then we take advantage of. So once we break below this 20 moving average, and then we come back for a retest in this area, we look to sell from there. So currently we don't have a break of structure, so this is the low area we can identify on the charts. This is the first low area where price came to test on the 20 moving average. So if we have price coming back to have a full body close below this area, then that will be a break of structure. So we'll expect price to come back to this area to retest. As I said, or as I always say, no retests, no entry, no retests, no entry, no entry. So we expect a change of character as price come back to close below this area. It gives us a change of character, and then we'll wait for the retest. So on the retest, that is where we expect to see we expect to take the trade. So once this happens, we know that there's a change of character that's occurred, and then price coming back to retest this area. It's our entry signal that we'll be waiting to see. So let's keep an eye on this pair. So what you'll be looking out for is this. Let me just mark it on here. Let's put this on the side first. So we'll be looking out to see something of this nature. Price coming back maybe to this low, and then delete. We want to see something of this sort. Come back for a retest and then sell to this first TP. If we have a continuation from this point on, we could target the pending lows that price created in the past, pending areas of interest that we have been waiting for. So this coming week, this is a potential trade that we could be looking out for. As you can see, we have some equal highs here, so created some area of liquidity area here. So we could expect price to either push to clear all this if it wants to have a turnaround from here before coming up. That we have this supply area here. Okay, let's take this out. Yeah, so we have this supply area here where we anticipate, as we have this giving us a break of structure here, we anticipate price to revisit this area before a sell-off. So let's keep an eye on this and see how the market plays this coming week. Currently we have the markets closed, so let's see as we are all speculators in the markets, and then we take high probability trades. So this is what we're looking at. We are looking at on the charts currently. So let's wait and see. So let's refine this a little bit here. So this on the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, let's refine what we are seeing here. This aside first. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that price tapped into this area of resistance, pushed down. So we will make our area of interest on the 15 minutes from this point on. From this point on. Okay, so we as the market opens, as we said earlier on, we're expecting a change of character as price push down to clear these areas. So once we have that change of character, we expect a retest. So we look to take the trade from the retest. Okay, so that is that from this point on, this will be our likely area of take profits as we indicated earlier on. So guys, one thing you also have to do is to, as you engage in the trading or these setups, you also have to apply proper risk management, not just entering the trade. You have to apply proper risk management. So if, for instance, you want to get into the trade, your maximum loss per trade is £50. If from here your entry line to where your stop loss is more than £50, you need to reduce your lot size to be able to accommodate that maximum loss per trade, which is the £50 that you have allocated for. We are building this scenario. We have our protection here. So if you put in 0.5 here and it's within the maximum loss per trade, which is £50, then you are kind of applying proper risk management. So as I said, if your lot size is one lot here and it's giving you more than 50, from this point to this point is giving you more than 50 pounds, then you have to reduce your lot size to a size that will fit in your maximum loss per trade, and then we're looking to take from here to this area of interest. Okay, so that's good. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's look at Euro GBP. Yeah. If you're here with me and then you have any pair that you want me to take a look at it, analyze, please put it in the chat and I will do just that. Thank you very much. So Euro GBP has been on an uptrend last week. From this point on, it's been moving on high from here. So as we can see here, here we had price was on the downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. Let me put this way. So price was on the downtrend, making lower lows, the lower highs, lower lows, lower high. Okay, so as you can see, this was what was happening, and then we had a change in character as price so from this point on we made this high, then had a shift. Okay, let me grab this one as well. This area becomes our demand area, where, because this is the area, or this is the guy who started this move to break or to cause this change in character. So the guy who started this is from here. So this is the origin, so causing this change in character. So as this happened, our expectation is to target price here. So on here there will be likelihood of a fair value gap as well attached to this area of demand. An imbalance area attached to this area of demand. So all we do is we mark out this area of interest and then we expect price there. So as price comes in there, that is where we target to take our trade from. That's where we target to take our trade from. So this is exactly what happened. So I've just copied this from the actual charts, and that's exactly what happened. So as we had a change of character here, price went up, came back to tap into this area of demand, and where it's also attached, which is an imbalance area. So price came back to tap into this area, and then the whole of last week gave this nice move up. So if you were on this, you would have profited quite a lot. So this as we see here is on the daily, the weekly time frame. So on the weekly you can see prices in the uptrend. Currently, if we go down to daily, we can see as well. Okay, let me go back to the weekly. Let me put this area. Let's clear this. Okay, so this is the guy who started the move. Okay, we'll take it from here. Alright, so let's pick it from here. This is the origin of the move, of the current move. So we have to always look at the recent moves, not the old ones. Even though the old ones kind of give us some help or help to. So as we can see, this is the demand area, and also there's this fair value gap here. Fair value gap here, or the imbalance. So this is the imbalance area, and this is our break of structure or change of character. You see it here. Change of character. So the change of character happened here on the weekly, happened here, and then price came back to tap into this origin. So this is the origin of this move that caused this change of character, and price after weeks came back to tap into it, and then making its way up. So let's refine this, go down to the smaller time frame as we try to refine this area. So on here we have, let's refine this to refine this here. Okay, so that's the daily time frame. Price came back to tap into here. Let's go to the 4 hour. Currently we are at this area, so we'll pick it from here. This is our area of demand. We have this fair value gap. Let me make. So you can see how the fair value gap is influencing the higher time frame ones. So we'll kind of let's make it much clearer. The focus on what we have currently. Let's put this all areas to be a pending one. So this will be a pending one. Okay, so let's try to put in the area of interest on the upside as well. So on the upside, sorry, we have this whole area here. So as I said, Euro GBP, it's on an uptrend currently. So the best we can do is to mark out our areas of interest and see how best we can take advantage of. So we have another break of structure here. Since we are an uptrend, break of structure BOS, another break of structure. Okay, so on this here, this is the guy who started this move to break this structure. So we mark it here. And we can identify an imbalance area attached to this, making it a more valid area of interest. So we have an imbalance attached to it, making it a more valid area of interest that we can target for some cash, for some trades. Let's see, let's mark this. Okay, so on the 4 hour, that's what we can see on the 4 hour charts currently. So let's move down. Let's refine these areas of interest. So over here, it still stands at the same area. Okay. So we have this liquidity resting here. We have this liquidity area resting here, where price will be drawn to clear this area as it's making its way back to tap into this area of demand. So with this area of liquidity resting here, there's a high probability that even though we've identified this area as a demand area as well, with the fair value gap attached to it, there's a high chance that price will, if it's making its way down, there's a high chance of it coming that and then tapping into this area before probably turning to the upside again. So currently this is what we are expecting. Because of this liquidity pool here, this is on a 2 hour time frame, we expect this to happen, for all this to be cleared, tapping into this area of demand before it's continue the uptrend that we have identified on the higher time frame. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So on the 1 hour, what we have here, let's refine our area of interest. So this one here, we can refine it to this candle here. Let's leave it at this level. Let's leave it at this level because these are all areas of liquidity that price will want to clear. So let's leave it at this level on the demand area, and let's see how we can refine the imbalance area on the 1 hour. Okay, so this area is an inviting area of where price is most likely will be drawn to clear this area of liquidity from this high point to draw to these areas and then before shooting up. So that's what we anticipate this coming week. That's what we anticipate this coming week on Euro GBP. Let's go down to a 15-minute entry time frame where we can further refine this. So all down here, it's a pending area that we. So let's. These are all pending areas that we anticipate a push down to. So, but before then, on the 15 minutes our entry time frame, this will be the first area of targets. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so on the 15-minute time frame, you can narrow this to this here, and fair value gap, let's put it to this area here. So as we can see, there's a reason for price to push down to this area of interest that we have identified on the charts. So you can see how price has been on an uptrend the whole of last week on the 15-minute time frame. So currently, as we see on the 15-minute time frame, there's been a change of character already. So if we pick this as our lowest point, or this could be there's been a change of character already. If we pick here as our lowest initial point or mediate points, so that's the change of character here. So once this happened, we expect price to give us a retest, and we can see how price has begun making lower lows. So this is the high created, and then creating this lower high. So we expect, let's mark this area of interest on the 15 minutes. So this now becomes our supply zone, and let's mark our imbalance identifier or imbalance area here to there. Okay, so this is what we have on the 15-minute time frame on Euro GBP. So as I said, we anticipating a push down to those areas we identified on the push down to these areas of interest, and also furthermore to go down to this area of interest as well. So all we have to do is to watch out and see how price will play out on these trade. So we have a change of character. We had price coming back to this area to have a close tap into it hasn't quite tapped into the fair value gap, so we could expect a tap into this area for a down push to those areas of interest. But again, so we kind of this is what we expect in this coming week. A sell-off from this area, so we watch out for a setup, a sell event. We'll be watching out for a sell event on this pair. We will not just enter into the trade blindly. Of course, we can see that price has been on an uptrend, being in this wide state, came back to the narrow state. So currently it's in this narrow state. From this narrow state, as we know, it's where it's where we can get the best trades from. That's where we can some of the best trades can originate from. So as we have a change of character here, price made its way back to this area, pushed down, then came back before the market closed on Friday. So as market opens, we'll see how it plays out. But overall, the scenario that we have these areas here for price to come back to clear. We have all this liquidity area here for price to come back to clear, and these areas of liquidity as well. All these areas of liquidity, they are all resting. So this coming week, we expect, this is our anticipation, what we are speculating on this particular pair. So let's watch out for this as we go into the week. Okay, right, almost an hour gone. So I'll look. Let's do another pair, and then before we get to the hour, mark, a turn around to the downside for some time. Okay, so we'll watch and take advantage of this as we go along. Let's look at GBP card. Let's go only weekly. Let's see what the weekly is telling us. The reason why I'm doing this is the higher time frame. What the higher time frame tells us gives us a stronger or a high probability scenario. The higher the time, the stronger the confluence or the probability is. So currently on the weekly time frame GBP card, we have it's pushing down. It's been in this area. This is the supply area that it's been in. Okay, so let's identify an area of imbalance probably been filled. Imbalance. Okay. Delete. This one. Imbalance. Okay, so on the high time frame, this is what we have here. So now, what we can see here is price is from this point on, as we make price keeps on pushing up. It's been on an uptrend, but currently what we have presently, I'll say it's turning around to be a downtrend. So let's go down to the daily time frame. As we try to refine these areas of interest. Let's refine these areas of interest. So on the daily time frame, we'll put it here. This is the last candle before the down push. Done. Alright, so down to further refine our area. So over here we can see on this up push there is a change of character right here. There is a change of character that was caused right here. So change of character. Change of character right here. So this was the previous low as price traded higher. You can see this bear candle coming down to close below this area, causing the change of character. So with this change of character, the origin is from here. So let's put the origin. Okay, let's kind of move this higher time frame origin off and then puts. Also, we had the change of character. So once that happens, we expect price to come back to tap into these areas. So we have here as well BOS. We have here as well break of structure here. So as we can also see, we are now trading below the 20 moving average, and the 20 moving average is acting as an area of resistance where price has been rejecting from that area. So now we have a break of structure here. We have a price coming back to tap to this area to retest this area. So this loan here would have gotten an entry from here on the smaller time frame as we see it here. So this is our area of interest on the daily. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. Let's try to continue refine this area of interest that we're looking at. Okay. Alright, so we have price coming back. We have this break of structure. Price came back. Now you can see how price, the 20 moving average and price all together with the 200 moving average forming the narrow state. So in this state, this is where the best trades originate from. This is where the best trades originate from. So let's further refine this area to this. Okay, so we have this refined area of supply, and we can also identify this imbalance area attached or near to this area of interest. Imbalance. Okay, so now we will, it's a bit too big. Let's use a smaller. So we can see equal highs created here. Even though you could have, if you could have coming week, is to look out for price revisiting this area. So the best we could do is to put our alarms, set alert here. We can set alert at these levels. So put alert there. So as price trace back to this area, we can go back and then review the best area of entry, because we can identify these equal highs here. These equal lows has been cleared as it made this break of structure. So again, we don't want to take the trade blindly. We want to go in liquidity pool areas that we can expect price to come to clear before, if it wants to turn around, as we identify on the height. See how it plays out. So for this coming week, our anticipation is to get a sell from this area, a sell from this area also to the downside. This is what we are anticipating this coming week. So as I said earlier on, you have to apply proper risk management. So if your entry area to where your stop loss is too wide, you have to further refine it. So this is even on the 2-hour time frame. So if we continue to refine this, we'll even get a better area. So let me take this off first, and then so we are still on our refinement. So this is a 1-hour time frame. So the 1-hour time frame, this now becomes our fair value gap area. We see how price has been tapping into the fair value gap area and then selling off from there. So there, let's put our change of character right here. Let's put our change of character right there. So we had a change of character, we had this imbalance attached to this area of supply, and then we have price trading back into the fair value gap area, even though it hasn't fully filled it. So we still have some partial, this is a partial filled fair value gap. As we can see, it's still left with a tiny bit to be fully filled. So that alone tells us that there's a high chance of price coming back to fully fill this area, tapping into the supply zone before selling off. So this is the 1-hour time frame. Let's kind of further refine this. Okay, so we have that on the 1-hour time frame. Let's go to 30 minutes. So the 30 minutes, this still stands. We can just push it up here. Okay, so we have price in this narrow states, as we can see here. So our anticipation is we waiting for price to do this, and then giving us a sell off from these areas. So we go down to our 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes our trading time frame. Okay, so guys, we're almost gone past an hour. So this is GBP card, and this is what I have on here. This is what I'm expecting. This is my anticipation for the week. This is what I'm expecting for the week. So Let's watch out and see what happens on this. So you can take it to the previous low here. If this happens, so alright guys, thank you once again. I'm so excited having you on board again. Yeah, this pairs that we've gone through, we can keep an eye on it and then make the most of it. So make sure you trade what you see, and also plan your trade, and also trade your plan. So planning your trade is what we have gone through now. So what we have gone through is how we anticipate the scenarios we have built, looking ahead in the week that might happen. There's no certainty in everything we do here. That is why we have our take profit and stop losses in place. So if we take a trade from an area of interest, we don't really know what's going to happen. That's why we have to protect our capital. So putting our stop loss in place is a way we protect our capital. In case all the scenarios we have built during this session doesn't work out, we have our protection there to take us out within our maximum loss per trade, not going beyond it. That's very, very important. We always have to apply the defensive side of trading. One of our main rule as traders is knowing how to lose in the markets is one of our main rules. That's cutting the trade if it's not doing what you anticipated it's going to do. You cut and then you save the account, and then the remaining part is what the market will do. The profit side is what the market will do. So we build that scenario, we take the trade. Once it gets to our area of interest, we take the trade without hesitation. We put in our stop loss, and then we leave the rest for the market to do. Okay, so without much ado, I'll end the session here for this week, and then we'll look forward for the coming week. And I wish you all the best for this coming week. If you're here, you've not subscribed to the channel. You can hit the subscribe button and also the notification button, so anytime I put in a new video, you'll be notified to be blessed with it. Thank you so much, and then catch you up next time as we digest the trade. Remember, no retest, no entry. No retest, no entry. Have a glorious week. Thank you.